So hello everyone, in this video I'll be telling you how you can create dark mode and light mode in React.js. So it is a very simple concept. You just have to understand the states and conditional rendering features in React.js. So let me just make you understand this project directory. So this is actually, I have already created this project, so I'm working on that. And you can also work with a new project and you can delete unnecessary unnecessary files which are there, and you can create some pages and then you can render that. So I'll be adding dark mode and light mode in this as a button. So as a normal button I can add that. So inside that I can just write dark for now. I could also use Bootstrap switch or any other third-party library for this component. So I'll not be telling you that in this video. We can talk about this later. Then I will be creating a state called isDark, and I can assign a method to change the state, set as dark, and I can use a use state hook which I can import it from React. Let's import it. That's it. Now I can assign one handler to this button. Then whenever I click on this button, then the state should be toggled. Toggle in the sense like if it is true, then it should set it to false. Let me just set it false initially. So if it is false, then it should make it true, and if it is true, then it should make back to true. So something like that we have to do, and with this button. So this single button will change this state or toggle between the state which is true and false, that we can do in a handler called toggle state or toggle theme. I can write, and I can assign this function to this button which is here. I can write on click, which is an event in React.js. So I can directly write the function name which is toggle theme. Inside that I can use this set is dark state method. So this state method will be used to change the states which is there, like which in my case it is dark, so I can make it to true or I can toggle between the state. I can directly use like this, that exclamation or the opposite of is dark state. I can use like this, so that will also toggle between the state. It will update the state and it will add the updated state, which is in this case if it is true, so it will make it to false, and if it is false, then it will make it to true. So this is what it will do. So this I can leave it because there is another way of doing this thing, which is using the previous value. Why I'm doing this, because sometimes the previous one doesn't works on some states or re-render the state. After updating the state, it doesn't re-render, so that's why I can update the state. Basically it happens with the arrays sometimes. So I'll be using this prev into an arrow function inside this set as dark method, and I will be doing the same thing but with this previous state. So it will give you the previous state. This method will give you the previous state, and I'm just returning the updated state, which is the opposite of the previous state. So if it is true, then it will make it false, and if it is false, then it will make it true. So this we have actually done, and inside that button I can also conditionally render the text. For example, if it is dark, so I can check it. If it is dark, then the button should say go to the light mode, and if it is not dark, then it should say go to the dark mode. So this is what we are going to do. We can also assign this classes or the dynamic classes which will change according to the state. that will be doing in a second. Let me just show you that how this button is actually working. So if you see this, this is rendered. If I click on this dark mode, then the text between the button is changed, which means our state is working correctly and it is updating our state. If I click on that again, so it will go back to the dark again. Actually, we want to change the styling also. So for that, I'll be using the classes. So let's do that. I can assign a class to it. I'm assigning class to this div inside tilde. I can use for matter, and then inside that I can check if the dark mode is true. Then I can return a dark class. So if the dark mode is true, then we will assign the dark class to this div. And if it is not true, then we'll be assigning the light class, or we can leave the class if we want. For now, just let's write this. So this is it. Let's add the styling also for the dark mode and the light mode in index.css. I can also add a module.css file, but for that I have to do some changes, so that I'll not be doing. Let's work with the global styling or global style files, which is index.css. You can also work with app.css. It is also a global styling. So actually I have already added the styling for you, so you can see that I have added a dark class, and in the background color I have given this background color, and for the heading inside the dark div I have given this a little bit grayish color, and for the light mode I have given a pink background, and the text color will be a little bit darker pink. So that I have done. So it will save our time. So you can see that in the light mode, this pink background and the text is pink now. If I click on dark, so it will change back to the dark mode, and it is actually toggling between the classes. When we are changing the state, so it is changing the classes as well. You can also like add this, like give it a full height and width, so it will look like a body, or you can also change the color in body as well if you want, but I'll not be doing that. So it is this basic idea of adding toggle button for changing the theme. You can also add this into different elements as well. So for example, in different pages you can also add, if this state is global. For example, you can create this is dark and use it in a global store. For example, by using Redux store or using context API, you can create a global store for this theme, and then you can make use of this inside different pages as well. So if you change it in from any page, that will reflect to other pages as well. So this you can do, that is the future or the advanced version of this. And we can also use a different button for like light and dark mode. Right now we have used a simple button. We can also use a switch, which is mainly available in Bootstrap as well as in other frameworks or UI libraries of React. You can also use that, but the basic idea is like this. You just add a state, and if we click on this button, then we toggle between the state. So this is it, what I wanted to tell you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Let's meet in the another one.